This is not rocket science. We've got to close our borders. We have to secure our borders. It's vitally important. And we hear our politicians say, we've got to close our borders, and it's a federal problem. No, it's a people problem. It's your problem. It's a taxpayer's problem. The reason it's a federal problem is because they won't do anything about it. We have to exercise our state sovereignty the way Arizona's doing. Arizona didn't change any law. All Arizona did is put a magnifying glass on the existing law and say, we're going to enforce it. Because our state is bankrupt. Our state is overrun. And our government is failing us once again. We have the same issues here in Arkansas. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the ballot initiative that we've got. What we're trying to do is right here where it says illegals are not eligible for state and federally funded benefits. You saw all the numbers, all the costs to the government. The law is there, but in the state of Arkansas, they don't have to prove citizenship. They don't have to prove they're a U.S. citizen. They don't have to produce a U.S. birth certificate. They check a box. They're here illegally. I don't think they're going to have a conscience problem checking a box. We need to close that loophole. We need to force our state bureaucrats to create a system that forces them to prove they're citizens. The law says if they're not eligible. We just have to find out if they are or not.
What bill that Jeremy Hutchison put on the books that he's touting because he has immigration?
I'm not sure. That was when he was in the House several years ago, and I don't know all the details of that legislation. So I can check and find a little more details.
Where are we on the numbers of signatures?
We got a long ways to go.
Okay, but get us counted.
Yep. And that's our next thing that I want to talk about. We need 77,000 signatures to get a ballot initiative on the ballot that 96% of the people in Arkansas polled support. Now we're in a very, very tough election campaign. We have got more conservative politicians running for office than this state has ever seen. We have a lot of good, hard-working people that are normally really good signature gatherers that are working in campaigns. And that's caused us to lag behind a little bit on some of our signature gathering. Now we've got a date coming up. I think we have probably 25. It's hard to say the exact number of signatures because we have people all over the state gathering them. They kind of filter in. Some people wait to the last minute and send in 500. So we're going to get to that. We'll talk about getting a petition. So what we have to do, we got to get those signatures. We got to get our candidates that are running to allow their people to gather signatures. There's no reason they can't. They're conservatives. 96% of the people polled in the state support this legislation. I have to ask the question, if a conservative politician running for office in the state of Arkansas does not support our ballot initiative, does he pass the conservative litmus test? No. And I say no, and that's not who you need to be voting for. So you need to get your candidates and you say, where's your Secure Arkansas petition? Why aren't y'all getting signatures? It's real simple. And if they say, well, we're busy with our campaign, you say, if you're too busy for that, then I don't have time to give you my vote. Real simple. You have to get this passed. Now, May 18th is the primary day. Monday the 10th, we're having a meeting at 6 o'clock. We're going to try to get volunteers to work every precinct in Pulaski County. Other county directors are doing the same thing for their counties. We want people working the precinct, gathering signatures. We need 30,000 signatures that day. And it's not that hard. when you figure how many people are going to be voting.